Ravens Wrap is sponsored by Bud Light, Holiday Inn Express, the Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn, Russell Street Report, the original Green Turtle, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
In April 1959, Art Wall won the Masters, edging out Carey Middlecoff and Arnold Palmer by finishing birdie, 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 par birdie. 1 month later, Ocean City Golf Club celebrated the opening of their first 18 holes. That course has been transformed now into one of the most scenic golf layouts on the East Coast. Come experience 36 of the most beautiful and challenging holes you'll find anywhere. Ocean City Golf Club in Ocean City, Maryland.
Green Turtles Ravens Wrap show here on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio, home of the Ravens. 93.5 The Beach kickoff at 8:20 against the New England Patriots. Pre-game show at 7:50. If you can't catch it on TV, if you're out and about, catch it on the radio. 93.5 The Beach, again, home of the Ravens. All right, broadcasting from the Ravens room here at the Blue Ox, 127th Street and Coastal Highway in Ocean City, with Ravens Roost 44. And guys, just to wrap things up from the 24-23 loss to the Eagles. And by the way, great segment with the audience. Appreciate all the questions, really good questions. And we look forward to having that each and every week. And again, we invite all Ravens fans to come on down to the program every Wednesday at 7 o'clock here at the Blue Ox. Wrapping things up quickly, I thought outside linebacker Albert McClellan, who's been forced into a starting role because Paul Kruger was out. Initially, he took the place of Upshaw, but then Kruger was out, so he gets to start, and then Upshaw gets to start on Sunday. I thought McClellan and Upshaw played very well, guys, on the outside. The offensive line has given up 5 sacks in the first 2 games. That may seem like a lot, but when you face 2 teams who finished in the top 10 in sacks last year, that's actually very good, and that's on average for giving up 32 sacks in a season. That's not too bad at all. Actually, it's very good. Rookie Justin Tucker, the kicker, right now is proving the Ravens right with cutting Billy Cundiff. He's looked phenomenal. He looked very good against the Eagles. Big kick at the end of the first half to send it to a 17-7 lead. Deontay Thompson, the undrafted free agent rookie out of Florida, special teams, has done a good job in kick return. Laquan Williams, who had a really good preseason, he's been inactive for the first couple of games, so that speaks to, I think, Thompson. And I think special teams as a whole has gotten better. So quickly, guys, just your thoughts on those comments there.
I think it's special teams. It was a shame, the call they had with the fake punt. You know,
I thought you know what? We didn't even get into that. That's a great point.
I thought that was it was a great call.
He tripped over his own blocker.
It was terrible execution. I mean, you know, if he had done it correctly, you know,
well, Considine maybe should have waited for his blocker to go a little bit more. And
he would have gone 15 yards and would have kept the drive alive. But you know, I think special teams in general is getting better. Although every time we punt, I'm holding my breath. You know, it looks like they're just coming off the edges. It doesn't look like punt protection is as good as it's been in the past. But you know, Deontay Thompson is a big-time returner, and I think he would definitely take it all the way at least one time, maybe probably 2 or 3 times this year. He is a very good punt returner.
Averaged 33 yards a return, John. And Jacoby Jones, who we picked up, who's done pretty well at wide receiver as the third guy. That's a big pickup at special teams, too. He averaged 11.3 yards on punt returns. Again, special teams looking good so far.
Yeah, special teams definitely improving. A lot of speed we talked about in previous shows. And really Justin Tucker, a lot of his, it was almost disappointing. His 57-yard field goal was not perfectly dead center. I mean, but I just say that because, you guys, you got to let me finish. Who's up here? All right? Until you want to sit up here, you got to be very quiet. No, but my point is, everything he kicks just seems to go over that center post. I mean, I'm telling you, you could put I said it last week, you could put arena goalposts, and from 50 yards out, he's still going to make it. The guy's the guy's definitely going to be a game changer. He's going to win a couple games for us this year.
Yeah, I think so. And again, guys, Tucker looks good. We talked about the outside linebackers, and again, Deontay Thompson. Paul Kruger says he's going to play this week. He was out with a back injury, but he intends on playing against the Patriots. And who knows, if McClellan stays solid, if Upshaw comes into his own, maybe Paul Kruger adds some nice depth, and maybe he doesn't have to be a 3-down linebacker. He can be more of a rush guy, and that'll help at least a little bit in the loss of Terrell Suggs. I guess we'll see about that. So.
I definitely think it will, and they're going to be coming on as the season goes. We are going to be defensively getting better as the year goes.
We're going to need to. I mean, this is a tough schedule. A lot of good teams, and
as you told everyone earlier,
and good quarterbacks.
We didn't play well defensively.
That's right.
Yeah. By the way, interesting as we talked about before, and we'll get into this probably in future weeks here, but the Ravens have struggled on third down. They were 3 for 9 against the Bengals, 4 for 14 against the Eagles. Although Joe's completion percentage, and he's thrown for 2 touchdowns, 10 of 17 for 2 touchdowns. But a key note, not on third down and not on fourth down once this season so far has Ray Rice gotten a single carry on third down or fourth, as I mentioned, for that matter. So that's something, that's a stat to look at in the upcoming games. Real quickly, recapping the AFC, Cincinnati, they eke out a win over the Cleveland Browns in a tight ball game. Brandon Weeden actually looked pretty good for Cleveland, bouncing back off that horrendous start against the Eagles week 1. Trent Richardson had a couple of touchdowns. He looked good. Cincinnati was able to hold on, kind of surprising. Their defense gave up what they did to the Browns, but the Bengals eked it out in that one.
Yeah, and that leads you to believe, what's up with the Bengals defense? How good was the Ravens' performance against the?
Fair point.
If the Browns did what they did. So we'll find out. It's the first couple of weeks of the season, you just never know. So
the Browns sacked Dalton 6 times.
I think when you look at the whole league right now, I mean, you've got the whole AFC that's 1-1. I mean, right now there are only 2 teams that are 2-0. Yeah. So it's hard to think that in Game 3 you would have a make or break game, but really this game for both those teams is make or break. So.
The Steelers in the other game, the Steelers down the Jets, 27-10 in that one. They take care of business. The Jets offense goes from looking really good against Buffalo in week 1 to looking pretty pedestrian. Sanchez was 10 of 27, but for the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger threw for 2 touchdowns, 24-31 for 275. Not much of a running game, but they haven't had a running game in the last forever years, so they get it done. So we talk about our division right now. The Ravens at 1-1, the Steelers at 1-1, the Bengals at 1-1, and then the Browns at 0-2. But let's flash forward here. The Ravens and the Patriots here, Sunday Night Football, 8:20 kickoff. The Ravens have won 11 straight at M&T Bank Stadium under John Harbaugh, and their 28-5 home record under Harbaugh ties New England for the NFL's best home mark during the span since 2008. So they're very good. And Steve, you brought this up during the break. The Ravens since 2009 have won 13 consecutive games that immediately follow a loss. The Ravens come in, guys, against a Patriots team. They take care of business week 1 on the road at Tennessee. A very shocking loss at home last week to the Arizona Cardinals in a game that, everybody, I think, and their brother was picking Arizona. A couple things that stick out in this game, guys, that was taking a few notes at. There was a blocked punt in this game. That's the first time in 122 punts for New England's punter that he's had his kick blocked in that one. Tom Brady threw an interception on his very first pass. Aaron Hernandez, one of their top tight ends, he leaves the game with an ankle injury. And then Stephen Gostkowski, who's very solid, missed a field goal at the end of the game, so not taking anything away from the Cardinals. But it was one of those games that things happen that usually don't happen for the Patriots.
Yeah, really a situation where that was unpatriot-like. And, something's got to give this week because if the Ravens have won 13 straight after a loss, I mean, I can't remember the last time the Patriots lost 2 in a row. So there's going to be some trends, a trend buster going somewhere here. So it's going to be tough. We knew coming into the season that the Ravens were going to face a lot of high-powered offenses. The Patriots really haven't shown that they're high-powered. So what gives? You have a Wes Welker situation where I don't know what they're doing with Wes Welker. You have Aaron Hernandez, which was a key piece of their offense, out. They're bringing in Deion Branch and Kellen Winslow and probably Franco Harris. I don't know what's going on, but who knows what's going on with the Patriots right now.
Their game was really similar to ours. When you could look back at the holding call on Gronkowski, which called back the touchdown, and then they missed a field goal. We're all looking at Jacoby Jones and the pass interference call on him. So there's a lot of similarities there, but we hate them, they hate us. This could be a heck of a game.
Taking a look at this offense, though, guys, they still have a very good tight end named Rob Gronkowski, who had a phenomenal year last year. You mentioned they bring in Kellen Winslow, but Gronkowski's still out there. They signed Brandon Lloyd, who's a vertical threat for them, so he stretches the field, somebody that they haven't had in the last couple of years. Look, Wes Welker, He held out. He did sign, I guess, a one-year franchise tender, but he's not happy with his deal. He got a lot of playing time last week, but only because Aaron Hernandez was left out. I think they're kind of trying to take it to him a little bit. But they've got a pretty good backup in Julian Edelman in that slot position.
He got more snaps than Welker last week as well. So
yeah, but I'd say, guys, look for Welker because of Hernandez being out. Look for Wes Welker. And the Ravens have been quoted this week as saying, look, he's still a heck of a guy. What, he had 122 catches last year? You're not going to sleep on Wes Welker. But, guys, I guess it comes down to, and let's not forget, too, Stephen Ridley, the running back out of LSU. He's run the ball. They've run the ball more in the first 2 games than they usually do. He's a scat back. He's explosive in the open field. But at the end of the day, guys, you take a look at this Patriots team. If you blitz Tom Brady, you get burned. If you sit back against Tom Brady, he's going to dink and dunk you all the way from the 20 to the 20. It's gonna be tough, as always.
Yeah, it is. You know, the Wes Welker situation, having a running game is going to be interesting with New England because we really haven't seen an effective running game from them. Wes Welker, that short passing game, kind of replaced the running game. So we'll see what happens. But, you know, losing Aaron Hernandez last year in the playoff game, you know, Welker really wasn't much of a factor. The 2 tight ends, Hernandez and Gronkowski, were the impact players for the Patriots. Gronkowski, they just have a lot of weapons. So really the key factor here, and the Ravens have done a decent job with schemes against the Patriots and Tom Brady. I mean, Brady hasn't gone off against us, and even in their 15-1 season or 16-0 season, 18-17, whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, in 2007, a Monday night game, which I was cold as all get out in that one. We almost pulled that game off.
That's right.
Kyle Bowler was actually the quarterback then. Again.
That's exactly right. So we've schemed against them pretty well, but I mean, I haven't seen the aggressive style. There was a question about Dean Pease. We're going to see, you know, what type of coach he really is, and what you got, Steve?
I think we're going to have to bend but don't break, and we're going to have to outscore them. That's tough when you got to outscore Tom Brady. But, you know, we play well at home. We play very well at home. We play well at night at home. And like you're saying, we've won 13 in a row after a loss. So, you know, I definitely think that the fans will get their money's worth. It'll be a fun game. I
think taking a look at the AFC Championship game over again, which I did back in August, you know, the lack of tackling against the Eagles, that's going to be something that's going to have to be shored up. You know, it's a Patriots team that spreads you out, and then they get those one-on-one matchups. A Wes Welker and a Ray Rice, I mean, there's no question. You know, Wes Welker is going to win that matchup. They do a good job of, you know, doing the crosses and getting the matchups that they want. The Ravens play a lot of cover, too, to keep everything in front of them. Guys, I think that we're going to need to go more because I believe in our corners. I do believe in our corners. I think we need to have more one single safety high and bring another guy underneath and really try to take away Rob Gronkowski and Wes Welker.
Well, they said what Arizona did is they actually pulled out their nose guard and they went with, you know, nickel back. So they're actually playing 4 linebackers and 5 defensive backs, and they're only playing 2 linemen. So, you know, I would think we would do a similar type of thing and, you know, make sure we have a nickel in there. But even with that in there, you know, we're going to have trouble covering.
We're running out of time, guys. Real quickly, though, offensively, New England's a 4-3 now. But don't be surprised if they go to a 3-4 to take advantage of Vince Wilfork over Matt Burke. So 30 seconds. Go ahead.
I think this is a matchup. You know, you have Brandon Lloyd out there. Deion Branch was signed. He knows that offense. I don't know what's going to happen there. I just don't think Joe can outscore the Patriots. I'm picking the Patriots 33 to 20.
Real quick.
I think we're at home. I think there'll be a lot of excitement in the atmosphere. I think we're going to outscore them. We're going to win 31-27.
Guys, I'm sorry. The Ravens have got to prove it to me. They haven't beaten the Patriots yet, even though they're at home. I got to go with the Patriots, 24-20 in that one. We're back next week with another Ravens Wrap show. Keep it here.
Ravens Wrap is sponsored by Bud Light, Holiday Inn Express, the Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn, Russell Street Report, the original Green Turtle, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
Welcome to the Comfort Inn Gold Coast. Conveniently located just 1 block from the beach and adjacent to shopping at the Gold Coast Mall and the movie theater. Newly renovated and open year-round with a marvelous bayfront view. Visit us on the web at comfortgoldcoast.com and see our hot deals and great golf packages, or simply call our direct reservation line to plan your stay.